Hey everyone. Welcome back to Strange Mind 6. I'm your host Ruby, and today we're going to be reading a book called So Much for Love: How I Survived a Toxic Relationship by Sophie Lambda. But before we begin, please hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it if you joined the family. But without further ado, let's begin. So, either sit back, relax, or grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get to this. To all the poor weirdos out there who have been, are being, or will be abused by a lesser mind, you are worth so much more. As despicable as being manipulated is, I hope that you will be able to laugh about your experiences someday, as much as I do about mine now. Maybe this story, my story, will get you a foot on the ladder. The world was superfluous. It was obvious we didn't need it. We didn't have much, but we were everything we wanted for nothing. We laughed too loud, we laughed over stupid things. It would take too long to explain, you know? The kind where you had to be there. And then the dude says, I'd rather pitch a tent than puke on your ass. I guess you just had to be there, and I was there all right. There was a rare, clear chemistry between us. We felt like we were making the sun shine down. We were hot. I know you're right here, but I miss you. How dumb is that? Check out the turtle. Doesn't it look like it's fiddling itself underwater while looking at the ducks? We were the children of light, the ignorant villagers, dancing among the debris of everyday life. He was the otter GIF of my Twitter feed, my hashtag couple goals on my Instagram, my first free Prime month on Amazon, the jar of Nutella in my basket of organic veggies, the refined sugar in my detox smoothie, the cheat meal of my gluten-free diet, the chia grains in my Insta food, the Netflix of my rainy nights. Whoa, sorry, I have to pause. Otherwise, I'm gonna hurl. At a local pizzeria. Woohoo! Over here. How are you guys doing? Did you enjoy that beautiful and intimate love scene? Touching, wasn't it? As you can imagine, the next part didn't happen exactly as expected. Hey, spoiler alert! Yeah, I know. The title already gives it away, but honestly, would you be reading my life story if it was perfect? Boring. Life isn't a fairy tale or an Instagram account. Tell me about it. Screw the dictatorship of happiness. Damn right. What I mean, what I went through, and what many others have, wasn't necessary. Nope. And I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but it happened, and you have to deal with it. Yep. What did I learn? How do you get out of it? How do you survive? Why me? I'll try to guide you through this, because yes, in the midst of the deep and endless ordeal, I did learn something vital. Damn right, again. Treme su per favore, as she orders her dessert. This teddy bear's coming with me. His name is Chocolat. What's up? Why are you talking like that? You grew up with me. In the country, dude. Plus, it says made in China on your label. Okay. I'm just trying to be international, that's all. I chose him because he's part of my childhood. Because I lost him and found him again. And because he was there when things got tough. Can we tell my story, too, please? Well, no, because this is already clocking in at 300 pages, but we can Instagram it. I'm getting an account? Yes. Let's call it Chocolate's Ego Trip. We're writing a whole book about yourself and I have the ego? Whatever. Let's just get started. Besides, you'll pop up in the story anyways. Hot chocolate sounds better. Also, at some point, I'll have to explain to you guys what I'm doing in Italy all by myself. That dessert looks yummy. The first time I met him, I had just moved to Paris, and I was interning at a pre-firm. I was starting to illustrate while still in school. We met at a party. Let's call him Marcus. Thanks to my gig as an illustrator, I got invited to a party with people who were somewhat famous. I was fresh from the provinces and not super comfortable with the whole scene. I was 28, but I was still in school and way too broke to take a cab. So, I was taking the last metro home. He showed up at the party just as I was leaving. It was obvious people liked him. Hey, Marcus just got here. Cool. He was an actor. I'd already seen him in a few TV series, and he definitely had talent. I was very impressed. He immediately took an interest in me, even though, let's face it, in the midst of all those actors, I was a nobody and had been ignored all night. Hey, what's your name? I'm an illustrator. I did the drawings for Olivia's bio. Very cool. I'll have to check out your work. Leaving so soon? Yeah, I need to take the last train in exactly 7 minutes. See you next time then. I didn't take things any further. I just left. No phone number, nothing. But he had definitely made an impression. That's for sure. A year later, I was no longer living in Paris, and I was done with school. I had moved to Montpellier and was doing well with my work as an illustrator. I got invited to Olivia's book launch party. By now, I felt a little more comfortable at those types of events. Good evening. I'm on the list as Sophie Lambda +2. I was allowed to bring guests, so I brought my cousins. They were younger, from a small town, and not used to all of this. Happy? This is sick. My cousins fit right in. They talk to everyone with disarming ease. You want a sneak peek at the new trailer? Hell yeah! As for me, I enjoyed reconnecting with people I liked. It was a fun party. And then I saw him from across the room. He was there. I hadn't really thought about him since the last time we met. He probably doesn't remember me. I partied on, not really thinking about him. You could have hooked up with that guy instead and spared us a 300-page read. But then later, hey, little miss, I don't know anyone. You're keeping secrets? What? I just met Marcus, and when he found out you were my cousin, he said make sure you don't leave without saying goodbye to him. He did? You sure he meant me? Well, duh. He said Sophie Lambda. He said he loves your comics and shit. He remembers me? He checked out my work. That's wild. Hey, I hear we're supposed to say goodbye? Hey, Sophie, it's great to see you again. You know, I've been following your work since we met. You seriously are talented. We chatted for a bit. It felt nice when he looked at me, like a warm blanket around my heart. And then I took off again. Great party, cuz. We didn't even exchange numbers. He was a minor celebrity in that circle, and I didn't want to come off as some pathetic groupie. But I was in a tizzy. The next day, he sent me a private message on Twitter. This went on for months, even while I was in New York for 6 weeks. Meanwhile, I had been with Julian for 3 years. Julian was a sweetheart, a great guy, but we didn't live on the same planet. He deserved his own alien and mine, and I mine. We had a nice clean breakup. Gave each other support. I'm so proud of us for that. Happy trails, baby. Happy trails, pumpkin. 6 months after our breakup, I was busy and independent. Life wasn't perfect, but I was happy. And then, one day after several months of thrilling exchanges with Marcus, he sent me a message. Sick of Paris, I need me some nature. I'm camping with some friends this weekend. Wanna join us? Okay. Oh shit, he said yes. 3 days later, he arrived at Montpellier train station. If my biographer happens to ask you one day, tell her I was super chill. He came, they went out, got something to drink, hiked, walked around, laughed, and they slept together. They swam together, they kissed, they cuddled. As more and more they were getting along, it was turning into a relationship. Good morning, that face. So we agree something's happening here, right? Yep, I need to tell you something. Go ahead. Listen, I want to be upfront with you. I've been single for a while and I date a lot of girls in Paris. But I'm not really into any of them. I'm tired of all that. But with you, there's clearly a connection. Okay, sure, let's do it. Sorry. I can't let you get away. There's a strong vibe between us. Obviously, I know this is still new, but this doesn't happen every day. I'm going back to Paris and break up with those other girls, okay? Okay, sure. Let's do it. Wow. I was afraid to bring it up so soon, so I didn't say anything. Clearly there's an insane connection between us, but I wanted to look cool. I know you're right, but we shouldn't deny it. Let's be upfront right away. I'm sick of treating a relationship like a business plan. Yes, I agree, but let's not get carried away either. I'm going back to Paris and I'll see you in a week or so, okay? Okay. I felt overcome with emptiness after he left. I was shaking all over, from my stomach to my toenails. It was like I was high. I just sat in a chair for hours. You okay, girl? What's up, yo? I don't know. And stop trying to sound cool. I can't tell if you're happy or free falling. Neither can I. Ding! I don't want to wait. Screw it. Come to Paris tomorrow. The next day. Heading to Paris. Are you sure about this? You think that's enough booze? Please don't change the subject. Look, I'm just going with the flow. This kind of chemistry is very rare. Besides, what could go wrong? Worst case scenario, we give it a shot, it doesn't work out, we say happy trails, and that's it. She gets off the train, and he is there with a balloon lobster. From that day forward, we were inseparable. We have to give him a name, as she looks at the balloon lobster as well. I got to know his neighborhood, which he loved, the 20th arrondissement. Seeing as he spends all day at the end of a string like a skinny little poodle, I think he needs a badass name to boost his confidence, don't you? I agree. Al Capone. I'm calling him Al Capone. It's perfect. They went ahead, had dinner, hand had sex. Damn, you're so beautiful. Even when I do jish. Quit being so goddamn cute. No, seriously, if you don't cut it out, I'm gonna have to smash your face in. You're like a chipmunk. A chipmunk? Yeah, that's it. A freaking little chipmunk that's so cute, you just want to squash it. Morning, chipmunk. 2 weeks later. What's the plan today? You want to work at the coffee shop? Sold. We were both freelancers. I drew, he wrote. Working together was stimulating. It was awesome. Right here, see? I'm not sure what to do. I think these panels are a little repetitive. At the same time, I was working on my first comic. It was about my left arm, which was almost paralyzed due to a rare disease. You could make this panel bigger here and have the balloon stick out of the frame. That way, you have more room for the dialogue. Oh yeah, great idea. You're totally gonna nail this book, Chipmunk. You're gonna kill it. It was so nice. You know, after Louise, I didn't think I would ever love again. You're the only one I can really open up to. It feels so easy. I trust you. This does not sound good. I love you, Chip Chip. I love you too, Chipster. Chipster? Yes, Chipster. I was completely overwhelmed. Within just a few weeks, I was drowning in a tsunami of adolescent emotions. It was a huge rush, like the first time I drove or the first time I got wasted. I gradually introduced him to my world. We had a few mutual friends. I really need to find a place. How much is your rent in the 20th, Marcus? 880 euros, but I want to move. Really? You want to get a place together? Not that. I don't want to. But I want to live with this one in the near future. Aww. And to think, I don't even have a decent fuck buddy. Well, she was very blunt. It was summer in Montpellier. We spent a lot of time in the great outdoors, which I loved. We went fishing. It's a mini Al Capone. You caught it. That's awesome. Can you teach me? Here, just lift a rock, and if there's a crawfish under it, put your hand behind it. Why behind? Because when it walks forward. But when it's afraid, it swims. And when it swims, it goes backwards. How do you know all this? You're blowing my mind. Oh yeah, some talent. I just grew up with my ass in the river here, that's all. I got one. Very good, Chipster. Show me. Aw, man. Al Capone croaked. Hold on, that smells. Ew, you caught a dead crawfish. That's disgusting. Ah, my hand reeks. Ah, smell it. It's gross. No! I loved him so much it hurt. The words I had longed for, he gave to me 1,000 times over. Those I wasn't expecting even more. He rejuvenated me. I felt brand new, like I had never experienced pain. It was nuts. It obliterated everything I thought I knew and felt like nothing I had ever felt before. Come and live with me in Paris. And we are gonna stop it right here and tune in for the next video to see what else happens with Sophie. And with that, my dear, dear friends, I hope that you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night whenever this video reaches you. And again, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But this has been Ruby, signing off.